John sat at his kitchen table, shoulders slumped, coffee cooling in his hand, staring blankly out the window as the morning sun crept across the floor. At 65, he had expected to feel a little slower. But this was something else. His energy tanked before the day even began. He felt dull, disconnected, not quite himself. His doctor said his blood work was normal. But deep down, John knew something wasn't right. He chalked it up to age. Maybe this is just how it goes after 60, he thought. But here's the truth most men never hear: it's not your age, it's what you're fueling your body with. See, John's breakfast wasn't just underwhelming. It was silently sabotaging him. Toast, a glass of orange juice, maybe some cereal. Sounds innocent, even healthy, right? But those foods were setting off a chain reaction inside his body that drained his energy, stiffened his circulation, and made him feel older than he really was. And he's not alone. Millions of men over 60 start their day with foods that constrict their blood vessels and slow their momentum, especially in the areas where it matters most. That's where Dr. James Morgan comes in, a circulation and men's health specialist with over 20 years of clinical experience. Dr. Morgan has helped thousands of men rebuild their energy, stamina, and confidence, starting not with pills or hormone therapy, but with food, real food, the kind you can find in your own kitchen. His message is simple: if you want better blood flow, start with your breakfast. So, if you've been feeling less alive, less powerful, or just not like yourself lately, stick with me. Because what you're about to discover isn't just theory. It's a morning routine backed by science, real-life transformations, and a food-based approach that could have you feeling 20 years younger from the inside out. Most guys think they're doing everything right. Whole grain toast? Sounds healthy. A bowl of cereal? That's what the box said. Orange juice? It's fruit, right? But here's what those labels don't tell you. These so-called heart-healthy breakfasts are often the very things slowing you down. Sure, they might give you a quick hit of energy, but what comes after that spike is the real danger: crash in your blood sugar, followed by inflammation, followed by sluggish blood flow. And for men over 60, that's a triple threat. Imagine trying to start your car in the dead of winter, but instead of high-grade fuel, someone poured dirty oil into your tank. The engine sputters, it hesitates, it doesn't run like it used to. That's exactly what happens inside your body when you begin your day with ultra-processed carbs and sugary drinks. You're asking your blood vessels to perform under pressure, with the wrong kind of fuel. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening under the hood. Your blood vessels rely on something called nitric oxide. It's a gas your body naturally produces that tells those vessels to relax and expand, so blood can flow freely. The problem? As we get older, our bodies make less of it. And the wrong food, especially high-sugar, low-nutrient breakfasts, make the situation worse by triggering oxidative stress and damaging the inner lining of your arteries. That lining, called the endothelium, is like the command center for blood flow. When it breaks down, everything downstream starts to suffer. This isn't just a theory. Studies show that over 60% of men over 60 experience some level of poor morning circulation. But instead of identifying the root cause, most are told it's just low testosterone or part of aging. And that's simply not the whole picture. Because here's the truth: your body hasn't given up. It's just running on the wrong kind of fuel. And once you switch it out, even one ingredient at a time, everything starts to change. That's exactly what happened to George when he took the first step toward reclaiming his mornings. He didn't start with a supplement or a gym membership. He started with one leafy green you've probably seen in every grocery aisle. Let's talk about that, because this one food could unlock the circulation you've been missing, and it works faster than you think. Spinach. That's it. That's the food that started turning things around for George. Now I know, spinach doesn't sound all that exciting. But inside those simple green leaves there is something powerful: natural dietary nitrates. When you eat spinach, those nitrates are converted by the good bacteria in your mouth into nitrites, and then further transformed in your body into nitric oxide. Remember that name? Nitric oxide is the miracle molecule that tells your blood vessels to open up, relax, and let the blood flow like it's supposed to, right where it counts. For George, 68, the switch was simple. He went from a bowl of cereal and a glass of juice to a warm spinach omelette each morning. That was it. No special supplements, no fancy tricks, just real food. Within days, he noticed his toes weren't as numb in the morning. His legs didn't feel as heavy. And 2 weeks in, he had enough energy to finish his morning walk without having to sit halfway through. The timing was no coincidence. Eating spinach in the morning primes your body to boost circulation by midday, right when you typically need it most. That's because the effects of dietary nitrate tend to peak a few hours after consumption. So, if you have your spinach at 7 or 8 a.m., you're getting a strong nitric oxide response around lunchtime. It's like setting up your internal plumbing system to flow smoother for the rest of the day. And it's not just anecdotal. The Journal of the American Heart Association published research showing that nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach significantly improve endothelial function, lower blood pressure, and increase blood flow, especially in older adults. We're talking about real, measurable improvements that rival some medications, without the side effects. Now, if you're thinking, okay, spinach sounds great, but what if I need more than just one food to feel a real difference? You're absolutely right, because while spinach gets the blood moving, the next food on our list helps keep it moving by targeting a surprising connection most men overlook completely. Most people don't think of their gut when they think of blood flow. But the truth is, your digestive system plays a major role in how well your circulation performs. Especially as you age. See, your gut is more than just a place to break down food. It's home to trillions of bacteria, good and bad, that influence everything from your immune system to your energy levels. And when your gut is out of balance, it creates silent inflammation that damages your blood vessels from the inside out. That's where Greek yogurt comes in. Greek yogurt is rich in probiotics, the good bacteria that help restore balance in the gut. But it does more than improve digestion. These probiotics also help reduce inflammation and improve the body's ability to convert dietary nitrate into nitric oxide. So not only does your gut feel better, but your circulation gets a boost too. Now, pair that yogurt with a handful of berries, especially blueberries or raspberries, and you've got a powerful combination. Berries are loaded with anthocyanins, natural plant compounds that improve vascular flexibility, and vitamin C, which protects nitric oxide from being destroyed too quickly in the bloodstream. Together, yogurt and berries don't just taste good. They create a synergy that nourishes your gut and wakes up your arteries. Daniel, 70, used to complain about cold feet and heavy legs. Especially in the morning, he'd try to stretch, walk around, even take hot showers, but nothing seemed to work. Until he made a simple change. He swapped his usual toast and butter for a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with fresh berries. Within days, he felt the difference. His feet weren't freezing in the middle of the night. His legs felt lighter, and for the first time in months, he walked to the end of the block and back without stopping. He even joked, "My legs finally feel like they belong to me again." And there's real science to back him up. A long-term study on older adults found that regular yogurt consumption was linked to a 21% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Not because yogurt is magic, but because it supports the systems that keep your blood vessels open and responsive. And here's the best part. Once your gut is calm and your vessels are open, it paves the way for the next food to work even better. Because what we're about to explore is more than a food, it's a natural circulatory catalyst hiding in plain sight. Once your gut is supporting better blood flow, the next step is making sure your blood vessels have the nutrients they need to stay strong, flexible, and responsive, and few foods do that better than avocado. Avocados are often labeled a superfood, but for men over 60, there's something even more valuable, a circulation catalyst. Inside that smooth green flesh is a powerhouse blend of nutrients designed to support healthy blood flow from the inside out. First, there's potassium, a mineral that helps relax the walls of your blood vessels and keeps your blood pressure in check. Most people think of bananas for potassium, but avocado actually has more of it per ounce. Then there are the monounsaturated fats, which lower bad cholesterol and reduce inflammation in the arteries. And don't forget vitamin K, essential for protecting your blood vessel walls and keeping calcium where it belongs. not clogging up your arteries. Here's what's even more impressive. In some studies, the effect of these nutrients on vascular function is so strong. Researchers compare it to prescription vasodilators without the side effects. No flushing, no headaches, no sudden drops in blood pressure. Just smooth, natural support for your circulation every single morning. Larry, 61, had been feeling drained. He'd wake up stiff, and even short walks left him winded. His doctor mentioned medication, but Larry wanted to try a natural route first. So, he started adding just half an avocado to his breakfast, either sliced on whole grain toast or mashed into his eggs. Within 2 weeks, his legs felt lighter. He said it was like someone turned the faucet back on. Not only did he have more stamina, but he even noticed less cramping at night and better focus throughout the day. There's another hidden benefit most people overlook. The healthy fats in avocado help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. These are critical for heart health, hormone production, and immune function. In other words, avocado doesn't just help on its own. It makes everything else you eat work better, too. And when paired with certain antioxidant-rich foods, it creates an even stronger effect, especially when those antioxidants are dark, rich, and a little bit indulgent. Let's just say, the next food might surprise you. Now here's one you probably didn't expect: dark chocolate. Not the candy bar kind loaded with sugar and dairy. I'm talking about the real deal, 70% cacao or higher. Rich in flavanols, those powerful plant compounds that work wonders on your circulation. Dark chocolate, when chosen correctly, is more than just a treat. It's a tool. As we sleep, our bodies naturally deplete their antioxidant reserves. By the time you wake up, your nitric oxide production is already behind. That's where dark chocolate steps in. Flavanols in dark chocolate help restore antioxidant capacity, reduce oxidative stress, and support the enzymes that produce nitric oxide. In short, it helps your blood vessels stay flexible and responsive right when you need it most, first thing in the morning. Walter, 66, had almost given up on feeling like himself again. His mornings were sluggish, and his confidence in the bedroom had started to fade. He stumbled on an article about dark chocolate and decided to try it, just 1 or 2 small squares after breakfast. Nothing fancy. Within days, he said his energy felt steadier. Within weeks, he noticed a difference in his blood pressure. And slowly, the spark in his relationship started coming back. He laughed. "I never thought chocolate would give me my mornings back." Science backs Walter up. Clinical studies have shown that flavanols improve flow-mediated dilation, a key marker of blood vessel function, even more effectively than some pharmaceutical options. That means better blood flow, better pressure regulation, and better overall performance, all from a food that feels like a luxury, not a chore. And when this antioxidant-rich powerhouse meets the right kinds of fats, like those in avocado, it becomes even more potent. But to complete the picture, there's one more food we can't ignore, a food that ancient warriors once prized, and that modern science now confirms as one of the most powerful natural circulatory enhancers available. For centuries, warriors and kings turned to pomegranate not just for their taste, but for its power. This ruby-red fruit was once a symbol of strength, vitality, and resilience, and now, science is showing us why. Inside each glass of pomegranate juice is a concentrated dose of polyphenols, L-argitannins, and anthocyanins, compounds proven to promote blood vessel expansion, reduce oxidative damage, and supercharge your body's ability to produce nitric oxide. It's not just about antioxidants, it's about unlocking your body's own circulation potential. Edward, 72, had been struggling with cold extremities and a lack of energy that just wouldn't go away. His hands felt like ice, even in warm rooms, but when he began drinking just 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice each morning, something started to shift. Within a week, his fingers warmed up. Within a month, his lab results improved, cholesterol, blood pressure, all trending in the right direction. And perhaps most importantly, he felt more alive. He said, "It's like someone lit the pilot light back in my body." The research backs his story. Multiple clinical trials have demonstrated both immediate and long-term benefits from pomegranate intake, improved blood flow, reduced arterial plaque, and a significant uptick in nitric oxide activity. Some even noted results comparable to prescription medications, but without the risk or side effects. Pomegranate doesn't work alone, it thrives in combination with the right partners. And that's where the real magic begins. Because when you start combining these 5 foods, something even more powerful happens. One by one, they're great, but together, they don't just add up, they multiply. Now, here's where the real magic happens. Because while each of these 5 foods is powerful on its own, the true transformation begins when you combine them. Think of it like a symphony. A single instrument can play a beautiful note, but when they all come together in harmony, the effect is something far greater than the sum of its parts. That's food synergy. And for circulation, it's where 1 + 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3, it equals something closer to 10. Take yogurt and spinach, for example. On their own, they're both great, but the probiotics in Greek yogurt actually help enhance the body's ability to convert the nitrates from spinach into nitric oxide more efficiently. That means stronger, longer-lasting blood flow. Then there's berries and dark chocolate. Berries don't just bring their own antioxidants to the table, they actually support the absorption of chocolate's flavonols, making them even more effective at relaxing blood vessels. And let's not forget avocado. Its healthy fats help your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like the polyphenols in pomegranate juice. Without those fats, you might be missing out on the full benefit. Carl, 73, is living proof. After years of struggling with morning stiffness, low energy, and declining intimacy, he decided to follow a simple 5-food morning routine: spinach, yogurt, berries, avocado, and a small glass of pomegranate juice. He called it his morning circulation stack. Within 2 weeks, he felt 15 years younger. His wife said he had a spring in his step again. His doctor noticed it too, his blood pressure dropped. And his labs looked the best they had in years. This isn't just about food. It's about reclaiming control. But if we're being honest, even the best morning routine can be undone by one common mistake that too many men make without realizing it. Because just as there are foods that open up your circulation, there are others that slam the door shut before your day even begins. Before you rush off to stock up on spinach and pomegranates, there's one more thing we need to talk about, and it might be even more important than what you add to your breakfast. It's what you remove. Because even if you start your morning with the right food, slipping in the wrong ones can quietly sabotage all your progress. These are what Dr. Morgan calls the circulation killers, foods that inflame your arteries, constrict blood flow, and shut down nitric oxide production before it even has a chance to rise. Right at the top of the list, processed grains. That white toast or sugary cereal? It spikes your blood sugar fast, which your body reacts to by narrowing blood vessels and flooding your system with inflammatory compounds. That means less oxygen and nutrients flowing where you need them. Next comes sugary drinks, especially orange juice and flavored coffee creamers. They might seem harmless, but those liquid sugars hit your bloodstream like a freight train, leading to oxidative stress that directly damages your endothelial lining, the part of your arteries responsible for releasing nitric oxide. Then there's margarine and seed oils, loaded with trans fats and omega-6s that trigger chronic inflammation. And don't forget fried breakfast meats like bacon and sausage, which are full of nitrates and preservatives that stiffen arteries over time. Picture it side by side. On one plate, avocado toast with spinach, Greek yogurt with berries, dark chocolate squares, and a glass of pomegranate juice. On the other, white toast with margarine, sugary cereal, bacon, and orange juice. One plate opens the floodgates for energy, clarity, and confidence. The other shuts it all down. But here's the great news: once you know what to eliminate and what to include, the path becomes simple. In fact, putting together a circulation-boosting breakfast doesn't have to take more than 15 minutes a day. Let me show you just how doable it really is. So how do you bring it all together, without turning your kitchen into a science lab? The answer is surprisingly simple. You can reclaim your energy, support your blood flow, and feel more alive with just 15 minutes each morning. No pills, no complicated prep, just real food working for your body the way it was meant to. Start with a spinach and Greek yogurt smoothie. Just a handful of fresh spinach, a scoop of plain Greek yogurt, some water or almond milk, and blend it up. That gives you the nitrates and probiotics in one go. Toss in a handful of berries, blueberries, raspberries, whatever you love. That hits your body with anthocyanins and vitamin C to supercharge your vessels. Next, slice up half an avocado and lay it on a slice of whole grain toast. You're now feeding your arteries potassium, healthy fats, and vitamin K, all the essentials for flexible, youthful blood flow. While that settles, enjoy 2 small squares of 70% dark chocolate with your morning coffee. Not only is it satisfying, but it's also clinically shown to restore your antioxidant capacity and support nitric oxide function where it matters most. And don't forget the small glass of pure pomegranate juice. Just 4 ounces is enough to open the gates and keep your circulation flowing strong through the rest of the day. The best part? It takes no more than 15 minutes from start to finish. You can prepare parts of it the night before. Shop smart with a short list. And track how you feel for just 10 days. Men in our senior health community who followed this exact routine reported better energy, warmer hands and feet, stronger performance, and a greater sense of control, all within the first week. Some even said they felt more focused, more social, and more confident by the end of the month. But here's what really matters. This routine isn't just about food. It's about flipping a switch in your mind. Because the moment you realize you still have power over how you feel, everything starts to change. Here's the truth no one tells you enough. Age isn't the problem, inaction is. We've heard it over and over from men in our senior health community. Guys in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who once believed their best days were behind them, until they made a choice. Not a big, dramatic change, just one small, consistent decision each morning to take back control. Robert, 67, said he hadn't felt truly awake in years. But by day 4 of the breakfast routine, he was walking farther and sleeping better. Martin, 72, shared how his cold feet warmed up for the first time in a decade. Frank, 69, emailed us just to say thank you because his confidence had come back. And so had his smile. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming energy, clarity, drive. You're not too old to feel sharp again. You're not too far gone to feel strong in your body. You're not too late to feel proud of the man looking back at you in the mirror. You still have power, purpose, and passion. Feed it, because now you know what to eat. Now you know what to avoid. And now you've seen what's possible, not just in theory, but in the lives of real men just like you. So, the only question left is simple: what are you going to do tomorrow morning? Now that you've got the blueprint, it's your turn. Tell us in the comments, which of these 5 foods are you most excited to try tomorrow morning? Maybe it's the spinach omelet, maybe it's the dark chocolate with your coffee, or maybe you're ready to go all in with the full morning routine. Whatever it is, share it, because when you put it in writing, you're already one step closer to change. And if this helped you, even just a little, give it a like. Subscribe to the Senior Health channel, and hit that bell so you never miss another tip that could add years to your life and strength to your mornings. Most importantly, send this to a friend, a brother, or someone you care about who might be struggling in silence. One small choice can change everything.